I thank all the Japa leads, and let's start our morning session. They are all auspicious, Srimad Bhagavatam. We'll start with short Kirtan. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So we'll start our Bhagavatam verse. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayam Mudret. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki akankarati vachalam pangam langayate girimet prapatam maham vande Shri Guru Tinataram Paramananda Madhavam. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 9, text number 33. If anybody is ready, they can repeat after me. Hope you can able to see the screen.
Yes, Prabhu.
Tribhuvana Kamanam Tamalavarnam
Tribhuvana Kamanam Tamalavarnam
Ravikara Gauravara Ambaram Dadhane
Ravikara Gauravara Ambaram Dadhane
Vapur Alaka Kulavruta Ananabjam
Vapur Alaka Kulavrata Ananabjam
Vijayashake Ratir Astume Anavadya.
Vijaya Sakhe Ratirastu Me Anavadya. Thank you, Prabhu.
What meaning translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Tribhuvana, three statuses of planetary systems, Kamanam, the most desirable. Tamala Varnam, bluish like the Tamala tree. Ravikara, sun rays. Gaura, golden color. Varambaram, glittering dross. Dadhane, one who wears. Vapu, body. Alaka, kula, avrata, covered with paintings of sandalwood pulp. Anana Abjam, face like a lotus. Vijay Sakhi, onto the friend of Arjuna. Rati Astu, may attraction be reposed upon him. Me, my. Anavadya, without desire for furtive results. Translation. Sri Krishna is the intimate friend of Arjuna. He has appeared on this earth in his transcendental body, which resembles the bluish color of the Tamala tree. His body attracts everyone in the three planetary systems, upper, middle, and lower. May his glittering yellow dress and his lotus face covered with paintings of sandalwood pulp be the object of my attraction, and I may not desire furtive results. Purport is very big. I will explain then and there. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshmurum Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Tapatakamulam Sri Guru Vaishnavamcha Srirupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Tadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Abhishakanvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dena Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastume Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamame Haripriya Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Samdhubhya Evacha पतितानां पापनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री द्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण. So we are in these words. These words, if we go to the map, I mean how the verses have been glorifying the Supreme Lord. So here Bhishma Stuti has started, and our Bhagavatam speakers very nicely they have been explaining. And in this 29 to 43rd verse, and again it has divided into 32 to 42 verse, Bhishma Deva prayers, let my mind focus on Krishna's Parthasarathi form and his activities. So this is the subtitle for the verses number 32 to 42. Today we are discussing 33. So Sri Krishna here it says he is the intimate friend of Arjuna. Now in the translation, Bhishma is very nicely glorifying. He mentions, he is indirectly saying, like it's not directly mentioning Krishna like that. He has appeared on his earth in his transcendental body, which resembles the bluish color of the Tamala tree. His body attracts everyone in the three planetary system, upper, middle, and lower. Here we can understand that there is nobody more beautiful than the Supreme Lord Krishna. So Krishna and his beauty surpasses all over the universe, and every living entity is completely attracted by this. But due to our material covering, we are unable to understand Krishna for this reason, and we are unable to progress in our Krishna consciousness. But the moment we come in contact with the devotees, and we also will be enlightened in a super fast way. So here Bhishma Deva mentioning, may his glittering yellow dress in his lotus feet covered with paintings of sandalwood pulp be the object of my attraction. And he says, even in Sankaracharya, in his Jagannath Ashtakam, he says, may that Supreme Lord lotus face attract me. And here, various things we need to understand, like glorification of the Lord or in innumerable form. It is called Uttama Sloka. Just like in our daily activities, and we select the best things for us. And we want always the best things to be done for us. If we want to buy a cloth or a shirt or a sari, and we want to be the best one to be picked up. And if we want to buy a bike or a car or a bungalow or anything, we want everything should be the best and most beautiful. Then why not the Supreme Lord Krishna also in our life? So because of our covering with the three modes of material nature, we are unable to understand who is the Supreme Lord, who am I. But here Bhishma Dev, he knows very well that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, and he is the, here in the verse it is mentioned in Tribhuvana Kamanam, Tamala Varnam, Ravikara Gauravara Ambaram. Ambaram means it's a cloth. Gauravara Ambaram means it's a like a golden color, and it is a Pitambaram, silk cloth, that also attracting very much for Bhishma Dev. And Bapur Alaka Kula Vartana Anabchanam Vijay Shakiratir Astume Anavadyaha. So when the Mahajan Bhishmadev himself declared that Krishna is not only the CEO of the whole cosmos, but his appearance and his dress code is so wonderful. Everybody is attracted by this dress. And Bhishma Deva is requesting the Supreme Lord, saying that, may your objective be my attraction. And at the end of the verse, he says, Anavadya, without any, may I not desire any fruitive results, because already we are in the material world. We are very much enamored by various glorifications of ourselves. And this is the major stumbling block for our Krishna consciousness. So in the purport, I will just read out, and then and there I share some thoughts. When Sri Krishna by his own internal pleasure appears on earth, he does so by the agency of his internal potency. The attractive features of his transcendental body are desired in all the three worlds, namely the upper, middle, and lower planetary systems. Nowhere in the universe are there such beautiful bodily features as those of Lord Krishna. Yeah, it is proved. But we also daily have Lord's darshan, and we also hear the glories of the Lord. But when we nicely dress ourselves, even among devotees also, when we wear sari, jacket, kurta, or even turban, dhoti, kurta, when we wear, we want to see ourselves in the mirror. So how I am wearing tilak, how is my hairstyle, and how is my sari, how is my dhoti, kurta. Am I looking pretty good? And we want to have our own image to be glorified. Yeah, even when we go outside shopping, or if anywhere we see our image in the mirror, we stop there for some time and we would like to have a glance ourselves. So because of this attraction towards ourselves, the self individual entity, we are not much attracted by the Supreme Personality. So then how do we come out of this problem? Maybe see, as per Vaishnava etiquette, we are supposed to wear dhoti, kurta, sari, tilak, kantimala, and japamala, and these are all the fine ornaments for us. And when we wear tilak all over the body, and our body becomes a temple, it gets purified, and it reminds all other people of the Supreme Lord's lotus feet when we wear on the forehead. So in this way, we look very attractive, and but still in this attraction, we want to be, glorified ourselves. Somebody should glorify Prabhu. The way you wear the dhoti, or Mataji, the way you wear the sari is so wonderful, and we will be flying in the sky. But that is not recommended. So to come out of this situation is, we need to wear as per Vaishnava etiquette. We wear dhoti kurta, and the clothes should be fresh. It should not be torn, and it should be clean. In this way, we can wear as per minimum etiquette, and we should not get attracted by our own clothes. Here, Bhishma Deva is nicely, glorifying the Supreme Lord of his lotus face, etc. So therefore, his transcendental body has nothing to do with anything materially created. Arjuna is described here as the conqueror, Vijayashake, and Krishna is described as intimate friend. Bhishma Deva, on his bed of arrows after the battle of Kurukshetra, is remembering the particular dress of Lord Krishna, which he put on as the driver of Arjuna's chariot. While fighting was going on between Arjuna and Bhishma, Bhishma's attraction was drawn by the glittering dress of Krishna, and indirectly he admired his so-called enemy Arjuna for possessing the Lord as his friend. So here we can also understand that Bhishma is not jealous being Krishna with Arjuna. And in turn, Bhishma Dev is very much happy, and he is very much attracted by the Pitambar and the Vastra, which the Lord has worn, the golden silk color, and it's so attractive. Actually, Bhishma Deva is in a Virya Rasha, chivalry mellows he wanted to enjoy with the Lord. Maybe at the end of words, I can able to explain some more. So Arjuna was always a conqueror because Lord was his friend. Bhishma Deva takes this opportunity to address the Lord as Vijayashake. Vijayashake means friend of Arjuna. here Jaya means victory, Vijaya means to that particular person it applies, because the Lord is pleased when he is addressed co-jointly with his devotees who are related with him in different transcendental humors. Like if you say Yashoda Krishna, and Lord is very happy. Nandanandan is very happy. In this way, if you address in connection or co-jointly with his devotees, Lord is very pleased. That's why he is called Bhakta Vachala. While Krishna was the charioteer of Arjuna, sun rays glittered on the dress of the Lord, and the beautiful hue created by the reflection of such rays was never forgotten by Bhishma Dev. As a great fighter, he was relishing the relation of Krishna in the chivalrous humor, because Bhishma Dev, he during Mahabharata, he said, he assured or he promised that the next day I am going to kill all the 5 Pandavas. And this creates a lot of trouble and distress among all the Pandavas. Of course, the Supreme Lord is there. So by his will, the Lord can able to control everything. Like when Bhishma Deva was shooting the arrows, it is a rain of arrows is pouring on Arjuna and Krishna. But without the permission of Lord, it cannot be done. By just by his will, Krishna can able to control whole cosmos. You would have thought that all these arrows would have returned to the Kauravas. Just by his will, all the arrows would have returned and hurt all the Kauravas. But he did not do that, because he wanted to fulfill the desire of his devotees. Here, his devotees, one is the Mahajan devotee, another is uh, Shaki devotee, another is a friend devotee. So how friend devotee he can able to entertain him by being very close with him, sleeping with him, eating with him, joking with him. In this way, he can entertain. He can give his association. The same with Bhishma Deva, he is very chivalrous. He wanted to enjoy the Virya Rasa. Okay, that also I will arrange for you. And Lord, he was very angry, because why he was angry? Because Bhishma wanted to see him angry. Otherwise, Lord is not angry. Lord is always peaceful, and but he wanted to um, entertain his devotee in the Virya Rasa. So he how you can say, randomly he became angry, and he wanted to please his devotee. And Bhishma Dev was also very happy. Yeah, he want to fight with you. He just come on. Then Lord, got down from the chariot, and he took the wheel of the chariot, and he was about to uh, badly injure Bhishma Deva or kill Bhishma Deva. That's what Bhishma Deva wanted actually. So he dropped all the bows and arrows, and Bhishma Deva was saying, "Oh Supreme Lord, I am ready. You come and kill me." So because I enjoyed all fighting, and if anybody is killed by you, what else the greatest boon anybody wants? So he was surrendering there. Okay. So such a see here, Prabhupada in the purport he says uh, the transcendental relation with the Lord in any one of the different rasas, humor, is relishable by the respective devotees in the highest ecstasy. Less intelligent mundaners who want to make a show of being transcendentally related with the Lord artificially jump at once to the relation of conjugal love, imitating the damsels of Rajadama. So this is a mundane, some mundaners, out of their sense gratification, they act like this. But Prabhupada says here, such a cheap relationship with the Lord exhibits only the base mentality of the mundaner, because one who has relished conjugal humor with the Lord, he cannot be attracted to the worldly conjugal rasa, which is condemned even by mundane ethics. Like, many of them, they wanted to read the secrets of Bhagavatam. They wanted to read rasa dance pastime. Prabhupada wants in many of the purports that we must finish, first Bhagavad Gita under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, and Srimad Bhagavatam, all the cantos, then Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, then only one is allowed. So when we regularly read under the guidance of Guru Maharaj or his representatives, we can able to understand the secrets of Srimad Bhagavatam. Otherwise, even though anybody reads Bhagavatam and he is not enlightened. So in my office also, one gentleman, he took Bhagavatam and he never approached any devotees. And now and then, he calls me, he said he was reading first canto, fifth canto, something, sometimes 10th canto. Then such people, they cannot able to understand. And it must be read under the guidance of a devotee. Okay, the external relation of a particular soul with the Lord is evolved, but a genuine relation of the living being with the Supreme Lord can take any form out of the five principal rasas, and it does not make any difference in transcendental degree to the genuine devotee. Bhishma Deva is a concrete example of this, and it should be carefully observed how the great general is transcendentally related with the Lord. So one can practice Bhakti Yoga in many rasas. As we know, primarily there are five rasas. And if we go in deep, there are 12 rasas of five primary and 7 secondary rasas. Okay, the five primary rasas constitute direct Bhakti Yoga. But although the 7 secondary rasas are indirect, they are also counted within the Bhakti Yoga if they are used in the service of the Lord. In other words, Bhakti Yoga is all inclusive. If one somehow or the other becomes attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he becomes engaged in Bhakti Yoga as described in Srimad Bhagavatam. Like Kamam, Krodham, Bhayam, all these items. So regulated knowledge involves the gradual rising in the living being in the spiritual platform. So the 12 rasas I will just read out. Varieties of rasas: Raudra, anger; Adbhuta, wonder; Shringara, conjugal love; Hasya, comedy; Veera, chivalry. This is what Bhishma is enjoying. Daya, mercy; Dasya, servitorship; Sakya, fraternity; Bhayanaka, horror; Vibhacha, Shanta, neutrality; and Vachalya is parenthood. So there are various types of kirtans actually. I'm talking about kirtan. I heard in a lecture like one, His Grace Premanjana Prabhu from ISKCON Mayapur. He gave a lecture. Like various types of kirtan means Guna Kirtan, Rupa Kirtan, Leela Kirtan, Parikara Kirtan. These are the various types of kirtan. So Guna Kirtan means glorifying the qualities of the Supreme Lord. Like Lord Ram is Maryada Purushottama and Krishna is Leela Purushottama. Like various qualities of the Lord. That is called Guna Kirtan. Then Rupa Kirtan is glorifying the Lord's beauty. Like his lotus face, his lotus eyes and lotus hands and whole world, is getting attracted by his Rupa. One is transcendental body. That is called Rupa Kirtan. Then Leela Kirtan, where the Lord performs various Leelas, pastimes. He has stolen butter and he lifted Govardhan Giri and he killed Agasur, Bakasur, various. These are all Leela Kirtan. And another thing is, Parikara Kirtan. Parikara Kirtan is glorifying the Lord's devotees. So Srila Prabhupada is a pure devotee. If anybody glorifies Srila Prabhupada, and Lord is very pleased. This is called Parikara Kirtan. Like that, here, Bhishma Deva is actually glorifying Rupa Kirtan, how the Lord is. The main point of Bhishma Deva is, though he has got Ichhavaran, he can die at any time of his will, but at the time of his death, he wanted to glorify and he wanted to see the personal form of the Lord. See, in other religions also, this Rupa Kirtan is missing actually. Maybe you talk about Islam or Christianity. The personal form of the Lord, the beauty of the Lord, the eyes of the Lord, and the lips of the Lord, the hands and legs and body of the Lord is not explained there. It is simply explained the Lord is beautiful, that's all. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, you come across various Rupa Kirtanam, and Rupa Madhuri of the Lord. Like Rukmini glorified Krishna. She was that was the first love letter, in the history. And Rukmini, she glorified Krishna as Bhuvana Sundara, and he is, most beautiful personality in the whole Bhuvana. Because when we have darshan of the Lord, and it is a festival for our eyes. We enjoy by having darshan of the Lord when we visit our ISKCON temples, and when we have the darshan of the Lord, it is just like devotees, the pure devotees. I am saying, they are drinking juice of the beauty of the Lord by having darshan of the Lord. This way, the Lord reciprocates. Pratima nahi tumi sakshat Vrajendranatha. He's not just an idol sitting there, but for the devotees who are in the bhava of bhakti, then Lord automatically reciprocates. Even Dhruva Maharaj also, after tapas, he got Lord darshan of the Lord. But before darshan, Dhruva Maharaj's mood was different. But after he had darshan of the Lord, he was completely pleased, and he was condemning himself, saying that for a small piece of glass, I was doing ghora tapas, but after having darshan of the Lord, I am very much pleased. I don't want anything, he was mentioning. So many people may think a small deity in the temple, how this small deity is unlimited, many people may think. Because the Lord, he can expand himself unlimitedly. Lord is called Ananta Rupam. Krishna, see, when Krishna was playing the flute, one gopi came. Okay, one gopi, one Krishna, that's okay. But after some time, another gopi came. Then Lord expanded himself as another Krishna with another gopi. Then third gopi came, fourth gopi came. Lord expanded himself as fourth Krishna, fifth Krishna. And, hundreds and thousands of gopis came, and Lord also expanded himself. And this is called, Lord is Ananta Rupa. Even the Supreme Lord Krishna in Dwaraka, there are 16,108 queens are there. And Narada Muni also got a doubt how Lord can able to do family with all these 16,108 queens. And he personally appeared there. And later, he personally witnessed that in every palace, the Lord is personally playing and personally giving his association with each queen. That was so wonderful. And before that also, the Lord, when after he rescued these 16,100 queens from Bhaumasura, Narakasura, the Lord married them in a single muhurta. How could it possible for a common man? But only for the Supreme Lord it happens. He expanded himself into 16,100 Krishnas, and at a time, he married all of them. So not only that, Lord can, a small Vigraha can do wonderful things. Recently, we also visited Puri. There we heard the wonderful pastime of Sakshi Gopal. And Sakshi Gopal had been requested, you became my Sakshi, you come all the way from Mundavan to Vidyanagar. The Lord came down, So, and not only came down, he also spoke and he gave the witness that the senior Brahmana assured that he would give his daughter in marriage with the junior Brahmana. So, not only this, the Lord is seated in everybody's heart, and he knows every living entity's desires and his activities, permanently seated CCTV. In this way, the Lord can do any wonders also. Yeah. So coming back to the Rupa Madhuri, Rupa Kirtan, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in full ecstasy when he came first for Jagannath Darshan in Puri, and after just by seeing the Lord form, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fainted and he fell unconscious. Of course, later Sarvam Bhattacharya comes and bring him to he carries to his house. There's another story. So the point is, having darshan of the Lord is so beautiful, and pure devotees, they don't know what is happening around. Even Prabhupada, when he personally had darshan of deities in the ISKCON temples, and he was, very much mesmerized, and he, for a while, he forgets the surroundings. This is Bhakti Bhava, Prema Bhava, actually. Okay, so even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, he also expanded himself during the Rath Yatra. There was a Beda Kirtan happening. At the time also, Lord expanded himself, but nobody knows this truth. And he was there in one troop. He was there in at a time. He was there in another group, and everybody thinks that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with us, and they were dancing in ecstasy. In this way, Lord can do any wonders. So, though Krishna is a charioteer and he is the transcendental hero, until and unless we hear his pastimes, we cannot understand Krishna. Like, even Krishna became a peace agent, uh, Duta, Shanti Duta, when he visited Kauravas, Duryodhana could not able to understand the Lord's potency and unable to bear that peace message. He did not want to give even 5 villages to the Pandavas, and he asked his soldiers to arrest the Supreme Lord. And Lord was, laughing. How this fool is able to do this? He can never do anything harm to me. And Lord was laughing. And the soldiers came to arrest the Lord, and they were about to tie the lotus feet of the Lord with a rope. But the rope is just like it is coming out. Like when we want to tie a butter, how can you tie the butter? It is in a liquid form, But the Lord form is appearing like this. But when the soldiers put the rope and they were trying to tie it, the rope is coming within the feet and it's coming out like that. Just like we cannot tie butter. Then they got really puzzled. The Lord warned them, "Oh, you wish war to be happened? Tadastu, war will happen. You all will be smashed." And Lord left that place. So Duryodhana, he could not, though he had the darshan of the Lord, but he could not able to understand because of his various coverings. So then Krishna, the Supreme Lord, can be understood by Mother Yashoda and pure devotees. Mother Yashoda, he saw Brahmanda in the lotus mouth of the Lord. And she saw herself also within the mouth, and Krishna was also there. And it was really, puzzling for Mother Yashoda because she was put in Yogamaya. If she knows that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, she cannot release the Vachalya Rasa. This way, Lord has done his Adbhuta Leelas. Okay, so here we can understand that the Lord reveals according to one's bhava. If bhava grahihi, sarva bhava grahihi janardana. Lord can able to understand his bhava and automatically he reciprocates accordingly. Okay, so I stop here. The conclusion is, at the time of death, Bhishma Deva would like to glorify the Rupa Kirtan of the Lord, and he wants to fit the body in the presence of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Okay, so thank you very much. If you have any add-ons or questions, you are welcome. Hare Krishna. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, thank you. You went through describing Lord's beauties and all others, dived a little bit into rasas. I recollect during COVID, His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrita Maharaj also gave a detailed about even primary and secondary rasas, detailed small tidbits. Thanks, Prabhu. My only doubt was you mentioned chivalry. Prabhupada uses chivalrous humor also, Prabhu.
Chivalry, it is like, sometimes exactly we cannot say the same rasa. Just like 3 modes of material nature, it is not exactly mode of sattva, raja, tamogama. And people are mixed with the different rasas, like 3 into 3, 9 into 9, like that. Similarly, these rasas also slightly they are mixed, just like various flavors of ice creams and various flavors of the colors we can see, Similarly, these rasas also slightly they are tinged with other rasas also. Here, Bhishma, he wanted to see the Lord in Veera rasa, but for the Lord, he appears, though he appears as in a very anger mode, but he also loves. See, this fellow wanted me in this way. Okay, I reciprocate. And in this way, Bhishma Deva is enjoying that chivalry rasa with a type of humor also.
Okay. I couldn't understand the humor part, but I think your explanation is that it was cusped between two rasas. Yes, I understood. Thank you. Thank you very much.
There is combination.
Yes, bro. Thanks, bro.
Normally, we don't eat dosa. Plain dosa, nobody likes to eat. And if we serve chutney, and the person may ask, is there something else? Do you have sambar also? Okay. Anybody?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Dandavat Pranam.
Krishna.
Prabhuji, Bhishma Deva has spoken Vishnu Sahasranama in that position also, no? I heard like that. Can you?
Yes, this is the Vishnu Sahasranama, and very nicely, he glorified the Lord by singing Vishnu Sahasranama. Yes, you are right.
Oh, Hare Krishna.
Okay. Any other add-ons? Okay, stop the recording. Fine then. Thank you very much.